Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Hello, and welcome to episode 234. Wow, it has been 2 months since I've recorded a solo show. 1 month I went before that, so it was July 1st and August 1st that I recorded a solo show. Actually recorded period minus some commercials because I like to batch record my content. And all the guests that you've been hearing from, I actually recorded most of them in July and August. And I want to share something with you. Today was supposed to be my last episode. I was going to end my show. And it has been on my calendar since mid-July that I was done. Like, I had a nice ride. It's time to move on. Just a lot of things have been happening in my life, in my business, in the podcasting world. Like, a lot of things I haven't really agreed with and were like super frustrating. But at the same time, like, I created this incredible platform and I'm able to have conversations with incredible people and we can just share our stories so that we can help other people. And I've been looking at my stats and I've been really like meditating on it. And I was done, like done. And no one knew except for not even 5 people. And I just knew it was time to move on. I have a lot of other projects in the works. And I don't know, I just thought it was done. And then I started writing my book. And then things changed. So I want to, first of all, thank you so much, obviously, again, for listening. I checked my stats the other day and this show is heard in 74 countries. It's globally syndicated. It was one of the first ones on Amazon Music that launched officially a couple weeks ago. And there's more than 20,000 of you that are listening to this show every single week. So I just want to say a big effing thank you to all of you that tune in each and every week. And if you have been tuning in and you have yet to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, I would really, really appreciate it if you could do that. There's over 50 reviews right now, but I've been podcasting for over 3.5 years, and I would really love to hear from more of you. You know, what kind of shows that you would like to hear. More guests, more solo show, episodes, just let me know there. And then if you've been a guest, let me know how your experience was, if there's anything I can ever improve. If you have other guests that you want me to interview, let me know. But I've been keeping this secret for a really long time. And if you listen back to my episode with Susie from the Copper Vessel, she was actually, it's episode 230. I'm looking at my calendar. She was actually my last guest interview for the year because I knew I was ending my show. And like I said, I knew I needed to just move on. And I didn't know if I wanted like a complete rebrand, a brand new show, a brand new life, a brand new business. Like, thanks, pandemic. Thanks, universe. Always sending me these signs. I know I'm not alone there, but I just want to say that I've chosen to keep my show because once I started writing my book, everything changed. And I poured my heart and soul into my book, which is called Everything is Messy, which is available today, officially October 1st. If you go to everythingismessy.com, you can see everything there. The ebook is available now. Pre-order for the paperback is available. You also get the ebook as well as a gift box sent to your house the first week of November. And the paperback and ebook will be available on all digital and online and retail platforms, which is incredible and nerve-wracking because there is a lot of things in this book that I've never shared with my closest friends. And I just knew that once I started writing this book that it just had to all come out. So I want to share a story about my book. So I've mentioned it a number of times that I've been writing a book for like the last 4 years, and it was all about my life. And then it became this traumatic story. And then I'm trying to finish it. And I'm like, nobody needs to hear this traumatic story. Like, I just want to be happy. I want my life back. I finished my legal cases August 17th. And that's when I knew for sure, like, I just wanted to move on. And I had it set in my head. It's still on my calendar, final show. Because when I Google the numbers, the angel numbers 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, it was, and it's a full moon today. Everything aligned, saying and meaning that it was time to move on, something new. But what's happening is that actually means my book. And, you know, you never really know when something's happening until, like, you're close to it or just, like, smacks you across the face or, you know, those just, like, random moments, like a nudge from the universe and you're like, okay, thanks. I get it. I get it now. Like, I know what I need to be doing. So I had been writing this book for years, and then I just stopped. I was like, I don't want to tell the story anymore. It was giving me panic attacks. It was like reliving this nightmare, like watching this like horrific Lifetime movie over and over and over again. Like, why do I want to do that? And who the hell wants to read this story? That's not going to help people. The only way that I can help people is sharing like some traumatic things, but like real life lessons. It's going to make you a better person. That's going to make you, you know, better with your family, your spouse, your friends, your business, just overall good human, and like make you feel good first, because for many, many years, I did not feel good mentally, physically, emotionally, and now I do. And now looking back, it's just insane. I feel like a completely different person just from writing this book. So it was about, I want to say the second week of August. Well, yeah, because it was August 17th that I finished my legal cases. And after that, that's kind of really when I solidified, like, that book's done. Like, let's just call it a win. Like, I've got some great journal prompts and let's move on with my life. So that's what I did. And then I decided that I wanted to write my vegan cookbook because I'm always cooking. I was a chef on yachts. I cooked in restaurants. I just have always had a passion for cooking, but I wanted, and I'm not 100% vegan, by the way. I just wanted to do something basic so that everybody can figure out how to cook my recipes, because I've been posting them on the gram and sharing them with friends, like literally forever, like over a decade. And I just felt like, okay, if I start with just fruit and veggies, like the basics, it's not going to be so complicated. And writing a cookbook is very complicated. It's a lot easier posting shit on Instagram, I can tell you that, but oh my God. So I started writing, it's called the Chemical Free Cookbook. And I bought the .com and everything was available. And I have stories behind these recipes, like how I came up with them, what I was doing. Like, they all have a meaning in my life, just like everything else. And then all of a sudden, this whole other book came pouring out of me. I'm not kidding. I wrote my entire book on the beach, 6 days straight, 5 hours every single day, writing in a notebook with pencil. I would then come home and dictate it to Word, and then I would edit it. And I think I've gone through like 8 rounds of edits, which is nuts. And let's not even talk about the design aspect or the formatting or the copywriting or any of that. I mean, if you guys want any information on how to self-publish, I would love to help you, because it's a ride. And I actually worked with, I'm so grateful I had this opportunity. I actually worked with Gabby Bernstein and her team on how to launch your book. I mean, it was a complete masterclass. And if I didn't invest in that, there's no way in hell I would ever know what to do with my book. There's no way. That is the only way that I got through this book and figured it out. And then I started learning more logistics, like on the uploading aspect with the copywriting and the ISBN numbers and Ingram Sparks, who I'm going through, and all of that. So if you're looking to write a book and publish, like, just message me. I'd love to share some info with you that I'm actually still working through right now, doing the copywriting and publishing and all of that. But it's just nuts. Like, something in my gut was like, invest in this program. And I've actually met like the nicest women in this Facebook group that are real and genuine. I had to delete myself, like remove myself from every single Facebook group, including everything, all things podcasting, because I was so sick of reading people, like, you know, reading posts of people just like complaining and drama and just like fake. Like, nobody needs to see or hear that shit. So I just like was always fired up. And then when I was writing my book, I needed zero distractions. So that's another reason. So the only groups that are on my Facebook are Gabby Bernstein's masterclass and then my own personal group. So that's it. Like, I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to hear from anyone. I don't want to read any of these things when I'm scrolling for a minute. Like, I want none of that negative energy and just no distractions. I was gung-ho on writing this cookbook. And then, like I said, I went to the beach and this book just came pouring out of me. So it became 10 chapters. There's an introduction, 10 chapters, an epilogue. There's poems. There's 20 vegan-free, budget-friendly recipes. It's very different. So half of the book is personal development that's guaranteed to change your business and life. I can just tell you that. You're going to be a better human after you read this. It's going to make you laugh. You might cry. I cried every single day writing it, so you may cry too. I'm not sure. If you're an emotional mess like me, then maybe you'll read too. Just kidding. It's a full moon, so that I think is the only reason why. And because I haven't really slept this week because it was book launch week. And I was so excited and nervous and scared and just like all the feelings. But I feel really good right now because now it's out. And I'm just excited for people to see it. Last night I printed the actual ebook. It's 78 pages. And it's just insane to see it like actually formatted and everything. So the personal development aspect of the book is, like I said, the introduction, 10 chapters, and then the epilogue. And then the other half is vegan recipes. I wanted each meal or each meal to be $20 and under, like budget-friendly vegan recipes. And this took a really long time trying to figure out because I was going with my freaking mask on to every grocery store, and I'm in San Diego, so there's like 8 to choose from. Not even 8. There's probably like 12, but I go to like 6 or 8 depending on like certain things that I need. And I had to go for hours, take photos, research labels, like all of this to make sure everything was like 100% vegan. I mean, I was using this gluten-free flour for like a month and a half. And then one day I turned it and it said there was milk in it. And I was like, what the hell? I was so mad. So luckily I found another one that's officially in the cookbook. But I was, doing all that research. So I wanted 4 menu items for each meal and then snacks, sweet and salty. And that's what I did. So there's 4 breakfast, 4 lunch, 4 dinner, 4 sweet sides, 4 sweet snacks and 4 savory sides. So the recipes are there. Now, when you want the visual of the book, then that's when you come to my community and my storefront. You can see all the ingredients, the store, the recipes, the appliances, all of that. And then you can see how I cook it and like see the physical product. And I have a lot of variations of each one. So you're actually getting way more than 20 recipes because even in the book, I share so many different variations. For example, my homemade veggie burgers, I do lentils and cumin and then like an Indian flair, and then I do another one that's like sweet potato black bean. And then for my vegan ice cream, I always do chocolate mint, but then there's a Reese's version. There's just so many options when it comes to the recipes that I've created. And these are some that I've created, I don't even know, some of them are at least a decade old. And they're all meat, dairy, sugar, and gluten-free. However, you can add those to any recipe. So again, this is like starting from the basics, starting from the bottom. Now we're here. So add your bacon, add your gluten, whatever the hell you need to add to make you feel good about yourself and make it taste to your liking. Feel free, because I just wanted to start with the basics, and then budget-friendly as well. Some things that are vegan can be so overpriced. I literally searched for the yogurt I needed to make my gluten-free vegan pizza crust. Self-rising pizza crust, may I For months. I could not find the plain, unsweetened, no dairy yogurt to make this damn dough. It was like, why can't I find this dough? I had friends looking for me in other markets. Like, it was so funny, but like intense at the same time, because here I'm so pissed off. I can't find like the missing ingredient to make sure it's vegan. And then on top, make sure it works. So all the visuals will be located in the community. So when you purchase the ebook and the pre-order the paperback, you have access to that, as well as when you buy it online at all the major retailers and online November 1st. But you can buy it now and pre-order right now. It's available now on everythingismessy.com. So the recipes are so simple, so delish, may I add. Everything has different flavors to it that you can replace, which is so fun. And then going back to the money aspect, I wanted it budget friendly. So whether you're making the dish for your family, it's going to be $20 and under for the night, right? But then if you meal prep like me, then it will actually last you the whole week. So for example, I made an entire box of pasta for the gluten-free pasta salad, and I meant to actually only do like a quarter or half, but I was so tired filming yesterday that I actually did the whole thing. So now I have like 6 huge portions, so that's like 6 days worth of food from just the pasta salad. And I made and filmed, I think, 24 recipes, so I tried to space it out as much as I could and then make smaller portions, but still, it's like I just made an entire cookbook worth of food. It's a lot. Thank God it's so many fruits and veggies. That's the good thing. So I wanted to make it all budget friendly when it came to the recipes and the food, and like really freaking delicious. I have made so many different batches of different desserts, and one day I was so stressed out. It was actually the last recipe I added to the book. It was the pumpkin oatmeal cookies, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted them a couple ingredients or like 10 ingredients, whether I wanted them to be like protein balls or baked with gluten-free flour and all of those things. And it was like the last day. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I literally got up and I had to make 2 batches of cookies. If you follow me on Instagram, then maybe you saw that because I posted about it. I was so annoyed. And my roommate was laughing. I was like, oh my God, I can't decide about these damn cookies. And it's stressful because I want to share like the best possible recipes with you guys, you know? So that is what the book is about. It's half personal development and half a vegan cookbook. Now, to get into the chapters, I'm going to share with you the titles, and then I'm going to share a little bit more about the book with you and then what's to come. So there is an introduction, and then chapter 1 is called Get Organized. Chapter 2 is called Put in the Work. Chapter 3 is called Enjoy the Little Things. Chapter 4 is called Embrace the Change. Chapter 5, Take Control. Chapter 6, The Possibilities Are Endless. Chapter 7, You Deserve the Best. Chapter 8, Fuck the Fear. That chapter I did not plan on writing about, and that was intense. Chapter 9, Create and Execute a Plan. Chapter 10, Accept Who You Are. I just noticed a typo there. That's not good. Welcome to the editing world. Oh my God, I've edited this like 8 times. I'm just going to keep it real with you. And then there's an epilogue, and then a poem, and then my bio, and then all the resources for it. So that book is available right now. And just to give you another little snippet, it's actually a book about resilience, reality, and personal development with recipes to help you live a happy, healthy, positive, and productive life. There's stories, there's solutions, there's a whole lot of mindset, and there's a whole lot of meals. So I'm just so excited that I can finally share this book. Like I said, there's a lot of things in here I've never shared anywhere. So now it's like out for the world to buy, which is kind of nerve-wracking. And now I want to announce something that's going to be happening until the end of the year. So, you know, as I mentioned earlier, today was supposed to be my last day with the show. And then I wrote my book, and I'm like, there's no way I can end this show. Like, I have so much more I need to talk about, to share what just happened to me while writing this book. Like, I literally feel like I healed myself overnight pouring my heart and soul with my pencil into these pages. Like, I can't even tell you how bad my hand hurt the last couple of weeks. And the few weeks I was writing, it was just insane because I just couldn't stop. And I tried to type it out. I tried to dictate it, and the content just wasn't there. Like, I literally had to pretend I was journaling it out, and I had to be on the beach because the beach is so healing. Writing this book healed me. And if that happened to me, then I hope that it has that effect and helps everybody else in their own personal life or business by reading my pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm launching a new series. We all know I love series because I'm so OCD organized. I need to have everything piled up into one series for it to make sense. And organization, obviously, is one of my chapters. Should be like my middle name. From today until the end of the year, I'm going to be talking about the stories behind each chapter. So I'm going to be reading a little bit from each chapter. So that gives us 3 months and 12 chapters. So each week you're going to be getting a little bit more like behind the scenes, because I truly do just want to help people. And I know that by sharing my book, I can help more. So that's what I'm going to do. So today is the first episode for the Everything is Messy series, and I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for leaving your reviews on Apple Podcasts. Seriously, I just read so many of them, and I just paused because I didn't want to cry. I just read so many of them, and I had asked some previous guests if they would leave reviews, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so nice. Like, it's just so nice. People can be so nice, and then people can be so mean. But that's like the world we live in. Let's not even get into like the political COVID drama, okay? Because that is a whole nother show. Not this one. Although I wish I could say a few things, but I'm not going to. But I really appreciate you guys like spending the time. Like I always say in my outro, like I really do appreciate your time, because I know that there's a million podcasts that you can listen to. And if I get to help just one person by sharing one episode a week, like that's a win for me. So sit tight, stay tuned. Every Wednesday, you're going to be getting a brand new show for me, a solo episode. And I'm going to be digging into these chapters. Not even digging. I'm going to be reading them to you, little snippets. And then if you want some recipe lingo or recipe info, just let me know, because I can always throw those in on the episodes. But if you do purchase the book, you can do so at everythingismessy.com. The ebook is available right now, and then you can pre-order the paperback, and that will be mailed to you the first week of November. And then after that, it will be available everywhere where you normally buy books, which is nuts. It's so nuts to say that. I'm so used to podcasting and not like promoting a book. But there's just a lot of information in this book that I think that you'll really appreciate no matter where you are in your life. I'm just keeping it real. You know, there's swears in it. I was going back and forth. Like, should I drop the F-bomb? Should I, keep it curse-free? But that's not me. Like, there's a big E on this show for a reason. And if I didn't say and speak, like, my truth and how people are used to hearing me, then we just have a different story. And that's not the story I want to tell. I want to, continue to tell a really good story and a fun story. Like, it's all about happiness over here now. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to have panic attacks. I don't want to be angry. I just want to be happy so that I can help other people. And I'm telling you, writing this book made me that person. It completely healed me. It made me happy again for the first time in literally 4 years. It's nuts. And, I had no idea I had to write a book to get to that chapter of my life. But here I am, sharing it with you now. So this story is not ending. This show is not ending. I am here. I just needed a freaking hiatus to, write a fucking book and heal myself. So now I'm back. I'm also staring at like these 5 hummingbirds. They are so freaking fast. They're always outside my window. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions about podcasting, if you have questions about business, about my book, about my recipes, just let me know. And then when you do order the ebook and book, you have access to my brand new storefront and community. So you'll get to see all the videos I've been filming for every single recipe that's in the book. So they're not edited, so you'll get a good laugh, pretty sure, every single one, because I just like it to keep it real. It was a one-woman show over here. I had a Bluetooth remote, I had my ring light, I had to scrub the kitchen because you could see fingerprints everywhere, and then today I filmed something, and then I used the wrong plate, and there's fingerprints, so it is what it is. You know, I am a perfectionist, but when it comes to video, like, that's just not my forte. Podcasting is. I'm much better on a mic, but, and Instagram stories, because I like to add like 25 filters because they're so fake right now that I just think that it's funny. And plus, like, if I want to show up and I have no face on, like, why not throw a filter on? Like, they literally have a full face of makeup with lashes now. It's nuts. But I'm excited to be back. I needed this very long ass hiatus to like fix myself, heal myself, and honestly be happy again for the first time in 4 years. So I appreciate you listening. I appreciate your reviews. I appreciate all your support with my book. If you guys have any questions, anything I can ever do for you, just message me anytime on Instagram or Facebook. You can find me at The Happy Workaholic. But I hope that you are having a wonderful week. I hope if you're homeschooling, you're surviving and not drinking before 3 p.m. I literally just had a glass of wine like 2 hours ago because I was supposed to be interviewed for another podcast, and it got pushed, and I was like, oh my God, thank God, because I literally drank a glass of wine. Well, I didn't even drink it. I was just holding it because I thought it was going to wake me up, but now I'm like, that's not happening. I'm so tired. It's going to be an early night for me, but I'm just so excited to be back. I truly am, because I have a lot to share about this book. So that's what you're going to be hearing about until the end of the year. So that's what you can expect. And then I may have some guests, who knows, may have some surprises up my sleeve that I will be filling you in on. But right now they are going to be all solo shows, and I'm just going to be talking about a lot of topics I've never discussed because I know that I feel really comfortable talking about them now, and they're like definitely going to help you in your personal and professional life and make you laugh and make you cry. And that's all we need. It's all we freaking need. We just want to be happy people again, right? So that's my new job, and that's what's happening. So again, thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you again soon. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts? I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.